Today there are very important updates in the Ukrainian-Russian war. Russian occupants have concentrated their main forces in Donetsk region to take the city of Vuhledar. The occupiers are pressing on Vuhledar from all sides to surround the city. There has already been a breakthrough in the area of Vodiane and Prechystivka, where Russians are trying to enter the rear and are succeeding. The occupants are also trying to reach the road towards Bohoyavlenka, which is the last normal logistical route to Vuhledar. The 72nd Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine has been holding the defense of Vuhledar against the Russians, who prevail in the reserves, for almost 2 years. Now the defenders need help, but there is a high probability that the soldiers will have to retreat to avoid being caught in a ring. The mined roads and fields around Vuhledar have become a death trap for the Russians, who are advancing in armored vehicles, motorcycles, and golf carts. Ukrainians also frequently destroy most of the occupiers with mines, drones, artillery, and anti-tank missiles. However, the roads through Vodiane, a few miles to the north, are less dangerous, and it is there that the Russians advance under the cover of warplanes that carry out powerful bombing strikes. Ukraine's Center for Defense Strategies recorded 6 Russian attacks in the area last Sunday. The 72nd Mechanized Brigade is fairly well equipped with T-64 tanks, BMP-2 armored personnel carriers, and M109 howitzers. But even the best-equipped brigade cannot hold its position forever, and 2 years is a long time to be in combat without a break for the entire unit. Let me remind you that the Ukrainian armed forces are also advancing in the Kursk direction. But the Russian dictator is doing almost nothing about it. He sees only one goal: to completely capture Donetsk and Luhansk regions. And for this purpose, he is even ready to sacrifice his territories without mentioning the sacrifices of his military and spitting on his population. And all this is being done because back in 2022, at the beginning of a full-scale war, he announced the annexation of entire regions of Luhansk and Donetsk region to the Russian Federation, without actually having these territories. And for more than 2 years now, he has been trying to completely seize 2 Ukrainian regions, but has not succeeded. For Ukrainian troops, this is definitely a big loss. But the main goal of the commander-in-chief is to save the lives of soldiers and prevent Russian troops from encircling the Ukrainian military. Therefore, most likely, in the coming days, the armed forces of Ukraine will have to leave Vuhledar. At the same time, the Russians are advancing on the city and suffering huge human losses. The city is densely mined on all sides, but the Russians are taking it by force of arms. The leadership of the occupiers does not count human losses. They only care about the result. And at the end of the operation, they will report well to their superiors and receive rewards, including money. At the same time, all the reserves that the Russians have been holding since mid-July are being pulled to the Nikolsky community in Mariupol district. The enemy has moved its reserves almost to the front line. Convoys of trucks, which have not been seen for a long time, keep moving towards Vuhledar. Aviation has also become very active. Since 5 a.m. on September 24th, we have been observing planes flying over Mariupol and Volnovakha districts in the direction of Vuhledar, Kurakove. It's been a long time since we've seen such activity from Russian aviation. The last time was when the Avdiivka offensive was in full swing. In addition, the Russians continue to launch UAVs and missiles at Ukrainian areas. On other fronts, the Ukrainian defense forces have liberated the territory of the aggregate plant in Vovchansk. Fierce fighting is currently taking place there, but the main focus is still on the Vuhledar direction. Russian troops are advancing on Nelipivka and Donetsk. In general, the situation at the front is difficult. The Ukrainian armed forces need more and more weapons, and the U.S. permission to fire long-range missiles at Russian territory. Thank you, friends. That's all for today. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with the latest developments. This video was prepared by Hustler. See you soon.